105.5 FM, Big Dog Country, WIFO FM in Jessup. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, and First Southern Bank.
Hi, Wayne and surrounding counties. This is Sean O'Quinn with O'Quinn & Associates. The one constant in life is change. Throughout our lives, we will go down roads that we never imagined. I have decided that it is time for me to make a change. I have decided to start my own independent insurance agency. What does this mean for you? Better rates and multiple companies. Give us a call at our new number, 912-385-1000, or stop by and see us. We are still at 212 South 1st Street, and we look forward to serving you.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings in Wayne County is a popular thing to dine in or take out for one delicious meal, and with the low great prices, it's simply a steal. Famous for the variety of sauces, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. When it's time to eat lunch or dinner, Damon's Restaurant, the place to go. Located in the middle of town on West Cherry Street, yes, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings simply can't be beat. So next time you're hungry and looking for a great meal, head to Damon's Restaurant and enjoy a great deal. The number to call is easy, 588-WING, 588-9464, the real thing. Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings. Those chicken wings are a very popular thing.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show, right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. Bob, state playoff action today.
Yeah, two teams have a chance to win the title today, so other teams may win it as well. So we'll keep everybody up to date during the broadcast at 10:30. But the 17 girls play for this championship today, going to take on either Grady or Lanier County. So we'll have that for you this morning at 10:30.
Now, Grady and Lanier play this morning at 9, is that right? And then we'll play the winner of that for the championship. Okay. Right. So the U17 girls state playoff action at Bill Morris Park, championship game. It's going to be, right around 10:30 or so, and we'll have it for you right here on 105.5 FM and around the world on our website at bigdogcountry.com. Just click on live stream, and as Bob mentioned, Speck will be there with him and give him updates on the different scores coming in from around the state, whether other all-star teams are in state playoff action. Well, Bob, we've got a guest in this morning. What's going on?
Hey, we got City Jessup Mayor Ralph Hickox in and talk about, just want to get his perspective of what took place Tuesday night again. A lot of people talking about it. It was kind of a wild and crazy meeting. I referred to it in my newscast as kind of a circus. But again, the key was that the bottom line, if you weren't at the Tuesday meeting and didn't hear the reports, they had an item on the agenda, responsibilities or role of the mayor, city council, and city commissioners. And they were basically saying that the mayor has overstepped his boundaries, but the mayor continually asked for specifics and never got a specific what supposedly he did wrong. So just wanted to get him in here, get his perspective, get his thoughts. So the floor is yours, Mayor. Basically looked like a personal vendetta between you and Mr. Cockfield, but that's just my personal opinion. So, I mean, that seems to be the person that was leading the attack. So I just want to get your perspective on what took place Tuesday night.
Bob is out, as always. Anytime you've asked me to come on the air, I've always did that. This is one time, I guess, that I'd rather not be here. But I gave my word that I'd always answer to the public, and I would always answer to the media. So I'm here. So, if you don't mind, before we get started with this, I would like to give a shout out to my grandson who's playing for a state. They're not state championship; they're playing in the state tournament up in Augusta. Real proud of AJ Hickox, and glad to see him doing that. And I need to address something that you said yesterday, if you don't mind, about the text at 1 o'clock in the morning. That text weren't to our city manager. It was to Tim Cotfield. Me and Tim during the election time, it was not unusual for us to talk late like that. And so that was to him. The text in reference was a weekend text, and it was to Miss Marcus last weekend. And it was in the nature of it was about a dumpster that was against a fire door against at the Strand. So I text on Sunday because they pick up the trash on Monday morning early, and I want to make sure that she had time to get them to let them know that. But I respect it if they don't want add the after hour thing, and I apologize if for that, and I won't do that. I won't be responding unless it's an emergency. But anyway, with that out of the way, yeah. I've tried all week. This is an embarrassment to the city of Jessup, and it's unacceptable behavior on our part as a city council. And I want to apologize to the city of Jessup. I tried. This was put on the agenda. I didn't know what it was about. And as the mayor, I have to lead us through the meeting, so I need to know what it's about. I spent the entire week trying to reach out to commissioners to find out what the nature of this was. I assumed it was the same thing that was done back in January. We were in an executive session, and I can only say that now, talk about that because now that it's out and open, it's not protected by the by executive session by executive session. But I can only assume that. But I did talk to Commissioner Todd, and he told me that Commissioner Cotfield, had told him that I'm trying to run the city. I did talk to Commissioner Schumann. She didn't know what it was about, she said, but there appeared to be a personal problem between me and Commissioner Cotfield. Talked to Commissioner Harvey the day before, and he told me he wouldn't talk about it, just like he didn't talk about it in the meeting. It was my effort, everything I could, to try to let it not go where it went, because we don't need that kind of thing. That's the kind of stuff that if you think I've done something wrong, if you think I'm overstepping my bounds, come to me, show me in the charter, and I will be glad to not do that. But I was elected by the people of Jessup. They know me. They know what to expect out of me. I want to do good things. I want to do positive things. I don't want to do this silly, petty thing that's going on right now. I have no interest in being part of it. I want to be a part of growing Jessup and making Jessup a better place. And that's my intention for the remainder of this year and a half left.
Well, the question people are asking right now, what's the relationship between you and the city manager? I mean, most people in cities expect the city manager and the city mayor to be able to get along and work together and communicate. The opinion that a lot of people got from Tuesday night was there's no communication going on, that she's upset that you're constantly calling her, texting her, things like that. So what's your thoughts on that?
The reason that I handed that booklet out, it had my phone. I'm an elected official, and as all elected officials, my computer, my phone, everything I have is subject to the Open Records Act. So you can ask for my records, and I have to give them to you. And it was in transparency. I wanted to be transparent, so I gave every single text that had corresponded, unredacted, unedited, no skipping. You have a copy of it yourself, and it was to show we weren't to show what was in it. It was to show what was not in it. And I'm sure you've had time to look at it. And what you will not find in it is me being disrespectful or rude to our city manager in any kind of way. You will not see me telling the city manager what to do trying to run a city. It's not in there. There are periods in there where you'll see I'm not being responded to, and that don't make me real happy, but I don't necessarily think that's her. I think that she's being told that.
Well, she was asked a question directly Tuesday night, have you been disrespectful for her? She said no. But the question still is, what is the relationship between you and the city manager right now? Is there communication? Does she respond to your text message or phone calls, or is that just totally non-existent at this point? And you're already headed to Savannah for a GMA convention, so how's all that going to work?
Well, right now it's non-existent. I haven't got a response back from a text or an email in over a week and a half. But you asked me my relationship. I don't have a problem with the city manager. I don't have a problem with her. I've been respectful. She's been respectful to me. I'm not after her job. Again, this is what happened Tuesday. I would like to people that support me, if y'all will, please let's don't go on Facebook with this stuff. I would appreciate I appreciate the support, but it doesn't help Jessup for this to be all over Facebook. I'm going to try very hard on this end to handle this, to try to work this out, and to move forward with Jessup. And I don't want to create that. It could possibly cause hard feelings that can't be overcame, and I don't want that. Jessup can't afford that, and that's not what's in my heart. But as far as Miss Rose, I have no issue with her. I don't think there's not an issue between me and her that I know of. It's not her. That was not about her. It was not about the other commissioners, in my view. This is, in my view, and I hate this, but it is personal with Tim to me. When I run for mayor, and I found out that Tim afterwards entered the race for a commissioner, I knew that me and Tim had bad feelings. After I had defeated him in the election in 2014. It was pretty significant, and it hurts. To lose, it hurts. You put yourself out there; it's embarrassing. I understand that. I don't want to ever embarrass anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. But you put yourself out like that. Anybody's ever lost an election to tell you it hurts, and that has been going on for 8 years. It was we hadn't traded words or anything, but it was hard feelings from him towards me. When I heard that he was running, I said, "Wow, man, we might be working on a board together." So I reached out to him. This was in November, before November. I called him and said, "Hey, listen, we possibly could be working together, and I don't want this to be a problem on this board. So I'm calling you that if I said anything that hurt your feelings or offended you back from that election, I want to apologize to you. And I want you to forget, if you will, please forgive me for anything that you felt towards me, because we've got to be able to work together for the city of Jessup. We've got to, if we get elected." And he said, "Let me think about it." He hangs up. He calls me back, and he said, "I appreciate you calling. That was pretty nice." He told me that, with his parents dying, that, he's changed. It's changed him. And that he was back in church, and that he accepted that apology, and he apologized to me, and let's bury the hatchet. And I thought, great, this is super, that we're going to be able to work together. And he asked me to endorse him. I did endorse him. I endorsed him to run for commissioner. He asked me, I helped him out with calling some people, because I was trying to build a fence, to mend it, and thought that was good. I took office in mid-November. Tim followed behind me a month afterwards. And I can talk about this now because, like I said, when they brought that out, I can talk about this. His first meeting as the city commissioner, the executive session, the same thing you've seen that happened in executive session. I was carried to the mat. And I thought about it then. I said,
so what was done at that meeting? That executive meeting, the first.
The same thing that happened Tuesday night, and I
same thing in what way? What was?
It was the same paper that was read. The same paper that he read of what I can do and I can't do.
Oh, what you can and can't do.
Yeah, the same
thing.
So
he came in trying to tell you what you can and can't do. Is that right?
I think the word I hate. Put me in my place, and I had a choice at that time. I could either fight, or I could take it and try to build a relationship. And so I thought at that time, these commissioners don't know me well enough. They don't know what kind of person. As far as they know, from seeing some of the things from the county commission, you don't know what's happened there. So I thought the best thing for me to do is just take that and to try to build a relationship. And that's what I did. You didn't know anything about that. And that's what I did. I took that. And so
Well, Bob and I have been, talking about, we've had the city manager and the mayor on we've been doing the Butch and Bob Show now for about 25 years, okay? And during that time period, on many occasions, we've had the mayor and the city manager here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show at the same time, and talking about different projects they're working on, different things going on with the city and things of that sort. It always seems like, if you take a look at the history and tradition and the habits, the customs of the relationship between the mayor and the city manager, it's a good working relationship. It's not... it's always been where they have the same goal, the same focus, which is improve the life of the citizens of the city of Jessup. And we were just surprised at the fact that the city council now wants to pigeonhole you somewhere where you can't give opinions, you can't give advice. Everybody knows you don't have the authority to tell the city manager what to do. You don't have the authority to tell any department head what to do. But we've always seen all the mayors through the years, give opinions on what they think would be good for the city of Jessup. Now, the city manager doesn't have to do it, and the city council don't have to do it. But we've always seen mayors give advice on what they think that would help Jessup and help the city's citizens of Jessup. So we were just surprised by what we heard at this meeting, where basically they just, they don't want that.
Tim's inserted himself in that same role that the mayor usually has. And the stuff he was reading, to say that I'm not acting in my lane, to say that I'm not acting according to the charter. First of all, majority of things that he read out is not in the charter either. One of the statements he made there was that I was not permitted to talk or contact a county commissioner without the authorization of the city commission. Well, begin with, that's not in the charter. And second of all, I'm married to one. That's going to be kind of uncomfortable if I got to contact him every time I have contact with him, right? That's not in the charter. It's not in the charter anywhere it says that I can't speak for us. In fact, the charter does not address it, but we're all elected officials by state law required to go to newly elected officials training by the ACCG or by the GMA. It's required. And in that, they teach this handbook. And they tell you what the roles and what the responsibilities of different positions are. And this is direct inserts I have here. I'm going to read. The mayor serves as the official spokesman for the city. The mayor is often empowered with the authority to vote in the event of a tie. The mayor also is responsible for signing contracts, ordinances, and other instruments executed by the governing body, which is the law required in writing. It also, on another section, under understanding roles, it says the mayor typically presides in the meeting, serves as a community spokesperson, facilitates communication and understanding between elected officials and appointed officials, assists an elected body in setting goals, and serves as a promoter and defender of the community. In addition, the mayor serves as the key representative in intergovernmental relationships. The elected body, the mayor, and the manager constitute a policy development and management team. It also says, and this is from the GMA, which is also reiterated from our charter. When he said that I am not to have contact with the city manager, that was outside of the charter that he was acting in, because the GMA first says the city manager may either report primarily to the mayor or the city council. And in our particular, in our charter, Article 3, Administrative Officers, 3.1, it says, and I'm reading verbatim, the city manager shall devote all of her or his full working time and attention to the affairs of the city and shall be responsible to the mayor and the Board of Commissioners. Kind of hard to be responsible to the mayor if I can't even talk to her now.
That's what we're talking about there. It's just, we're just going by what we've seen over the past, I've had this, last 30 years that I've been back in town. There's, the mayor and the city manager are like, kind of work together to try to help the citizens of Jessup out, help Jessup. We've seen the mayor, we've heard the previous mayors on the air talk about talking to the county administrator, talking to county commissioners and stuff like that. The mayor of any town, Jessup, Scriven, Odom, bigger towns, they're the one person that is voted on and elected by the entire citizens of that particular town. So they're kind of like the spokesperson, the face of that town. They look for leadership from that person, and in every single situation that comes up. I'm just going by what the customs have been here in the city of Jessup since I've been back here since 1992, and seeing that relationship of what the mayor has done in the three towns here in Wayne County, and this just seems like a diversion from it. And would this be happening right now if you weren't mayor and David Earl was still the mayor with this current council? I know that these council members didn't do this with David before or with Herb before that. So the people that have been commenting to us, sending stuff into us and calling us, thinks this is a personal vendetta on you.
It is. But I'm telling you, it's not. I have no problem with the city manager. I don't have a problem with the commissioners. This is an issue that goes back with me and Tim, and it's got to be resolved. This is petty, and it's got to be resolved. And you asked what I'm going to be doing. I'm going. Yes, we're all going to GMA, and I'm going to try my very best to resolve this. I'm going to reach out to the GMA and ask them if they'll mediate, because this is petty. It can't be. It's not acceptable. And the roles you described is exactly the roles the mayor of the city of Jessup has.
Just look at the history of the city of Jessup. That's what we've seen.
It's not different. It's not different. There's nothing changed. The mayor has never been able to run the city, and it still is not going to run the city. And that, like I said, the purpose of those text flows I sent y'all was to show that I'm not doing that. You can see it in the texts. You can see the relationship between me and the manager, and it's not combative. It is not combative at all.
And did they give you something specific, like say, well, this person said you told them to do this, or you told this person to do that? Did they have anything specifically they had on record that said this is where you stepped over your boundary because you told somebody to do something, or you tried to have authority over something?
No, I've requested that an hour-and-a-half meeting of me getting shellacked, and I know no more today than I knew before that there was that. Stay in your lane. Well, what have I done to get out of the lane? If you can tell me, and I'll stand here today and still tell you the same thing. Listen, I want to work with the board to try to do positive things for the city of Jessup. I stand there. I'm not going to change where I'm at. I'm the same Ralph that people elected, and I'll be the same way until they throw me out. My goal and my intention is that we would not to be combative to this board or to the manager. I'm here to try to move Jessup in a positive direction, and I'm determined I will put every bit of that today behind me.
That's what we've seen with Herb Shaw and with David Earl and with you. All three of y'all that I've seen and have dealt with through the years have a passion for the city of Jessup, a passion to help it see it grow, to help it be to have a better way of life, and for the citizens of Jessup to see a beautiful, everything looks better, and people want to live in the city of Jessup. It's like a passion. It's just not something that you just want to do. It's a passion. Herb had it. David Earl had it, and when you were running, we saw that you have it. And you want a mayor in there that's doing their best to try to help improve the life of the citizens of the city of Jessup and the city itself. And just not someone that just sits back and hits a gavel and reads proclamations. You want somebody out there on the forefront that's voted by the citizens of Wayne County to try to help improve, or the citizens of Jessup, to help improve Jessup. And that's what we've seen every mayor do as far as back. And I'd like to have all the mayors and city managers here on the Butch and Bob Show and say, what kind of relationship did y'all have, no matter what the charter says or doesn't says? And so that's the reason why all the comments that we've received here at the radio station over the last couple of days has been, this sounds like a personal vendetta against Ralph.
Well, I would hope that they would the commission, that the 9,000, almost 10,000 people in the city of Jessup, they elected us. I mentioned this the other day. 1/6 of the population is to each one of them. There's 6 districts. But the same people that elected them, the full 100% of them, have to elect the mayor. So if I'm a passionate person, if whatever the traits is that made them elect this commissioner, that's what they wanted as their commissioner. They need to understand that for who I am, is what the people of Jessup elected me for. The same people that elected them, their constituents, is also my constituents, the same people. So they need to consider that their constituents approve of what I believe in and my passion for the city of Jessup. And I do have a passion for the city of Jessup. I'm very invested, not just in downtown. A lot of people talk downtown, and that was one thing that was brought up the other day. Well, I think Commissioner Cockfield at one point said that it's admirable that I want to fix up my front yard. It's not my front yard. It's the city of Jessup. Those planters in front of the Strand and all downtown, that's our town. And when I seen it look terrible last week, and it looked terrible, it made me really feel. I was embarrassed by that. The fact that Brad come to town, all those people, and that's what they seen was embarrassing to me. So I did send out pictures to each one. But before I sent the pictures to them, because Miss Rose, I think, felt like I was trying to get her in trouble. I'd already sent it out twice to Miss Rose too, though. That we need to take care of downtown, that we need to put the street sweeper out there. I sent it to them, and it was responded to. It did. In fact, there was 2 inmate details out there yesterday. The downtown looks great again. I love it. I'm proud of our downtown. I'm proud of our city, and I think there's so many more opportunities that we have if we can, as a commission, if we can set this behind, and we owe it to the citizens of Jessup. We owe it to them to put this behind at whatever cost. To not have any personal. We owe it to them because they trusted us when they elected us, and they expect us to do something positive for the community, to make it a better place. And they expect us not to behave the way it was the behavior that was going on in that meeting Tuesday night. I don't want to be a part of that.
I understand. Bob, go ahead.
Towards the end, but like I said, I guess the question is, how do they move forward? The last thing you said at the meeting Tuesday night was, after everything was said, everything was discussed, all the craziness, you said, hopefully we can put all this behind them. You're going to this meeting in Savannah, GMA, so you're all going to be down there together. So how do you come together?
Well, one thing, Bob, with me is I don't hold vendetta. I really don't. I can get mad at you today, and tomorrow's a new day with me. I'll go up there. I'm gonna shake everybody's hand. I'm gonna talk to them just like I always do. I always do that. But as far as the city moving forward, I think first I am going to request of the GMA, where it goes, I don't know, that they mediate between the situation of me and the commissioner of the 3rd District, because that's got to be resolved. Yeah. And the commission in general need to be. And you know what? They may come and mediate, and they may say, well, Mayor, you are out of line. And if I'm out of line, I give my word right now in this air that I will.
But what can they present? What I'm saying, they say that you're out of line. What have you done that's out of line? What have you done that's no different than any other mayor in the city of Jessup has done for the last 50, 60, 70 years? What have you done that's so different?
Nothing.
I don't see. That's what I'm trying to ask here, is the fact that there's been working relationships between the mayor and the city manager and the city council for 100 and something years here in there. And what's been that working relationship? And why is it an issue now? Why is it an issue now when it hasn't been that we've seen for the past many years? And so, as long as you're not going around telling the city manager what to do, if you're not telling the department heads what to do, if you're not demanding this or demanding that, you're just giving opinions. Everybody has the right to give opinions. As the mayor and as a citizen of Jessup, you have the right to give opinions and stuff like that. And as the mayor, that title of mayor of Jessup, you have I would think the obligation to give advice and to bring up points that you think need to be addressed. You don't have the authority to make anybody do that. But I think that you have, like any other mayor has, the right to be able to give opinions and advice. And if the city manager and the council want to do it, fine. If they don't, that's fine. At least you've had the right to have to your free speech.
No less than 90 times in the charter, it uses the word mayor. Every time it says commissioner, it says mayor and commissioner. I have the same authority as every commissioner, the same.
Because you are a voting member.
Yes, I have the same authority. The only difference is I only vote in an event of a tie, and another difference is I'm the one that operates the meeting. But I have the same authority as every commissioner. I'm not. You asked. Let me get back to you. Asked the question how we move forward. The best way I know at this point is you need to deal with the issue. You need to deal with the issue that's at hand and resolve that. If maybe someone from the outside come in, like I said with the GMA, to if they see something like that, then let's fix it. But we owe it to the city of Jessup to do something different than that. And I did offer. You heard after all it was said, I offered a laurel. I offered a peace. Let's have a work session, and I stand on that. I would like for us to have a work session to where we invite the public, and we talk about the possibilities, and we talk about the opportunities and the things that we want to do. Dream outside the box. If something's only impossible until you do it. That's the only time it's impossible. And the project I did downtown, everybody talks about Strand. It hadn't done it in years and years. But when I did it, no bank would finance it because there was no precedent for a downtown theater in a modern time being redone. But that impossibility, it worked. And there's so many more things. There are so many things. Every commissioner has got dreams, and every commissioner has got things in their district they want to see done. I'd like to see us come together, have a work session like this. Let's hear what the public wants to do, and let's work towards positive things that can improve our community and not petty political stuff. And that's how we move forward. We solve the problem. That whatever this issue is, we solve it.
Well, if you'd have come in and started doing things different from the other mayors, I think that would raise a red flag with all the citizens of Jessup. But no one has seen you come in and do something different than the history of the mayors of Jessup. And here somebody just texted in from the charter here from the city of Jessup. It says the city manager, the responsibilities of the city manager. The mayor and the board of commissioners of the city of Jessup shall appoint a city manager who shall neither be mayor nor a commissioner. The city manager shall be the chief administrative officer of the government of the city of Jessup. The city manager shall devote all of his or her full working time and the attention of the affairs of the city, and shall be responsible to the mayor and the board of commissioners of the city of Jessup for the proper and efficient administration of the affairs of the city over which the officer has jurisdiction. So that person, the city manager, is responsible to the mayor and board of commissioners according to the job description of the city manager of the city of Jessup. And that's just what we've seen from the history of Jessup as far back as you can look.
Well, but what was told to me in the meeting the other day was I was not to contact the city manager. She did not have to answer to me. She did not have to. So if there's a problem with the manager,
it just says it right here in the thing. It says the affairs city should be responsible. The city manager should be responsible to the mayor and board of commissioners of the city for proper and efficient administration of the affairs of the city.
So if there's a problem, you got to understand, you got this person who works at the will of the board, the manager, and she's being told by Tim Kopfel's one that read that. She's being told not to contact me. Okay, well, look at the position that puts her in.
Well, that's not what the chart. That's not what that's not what her job description is.
I know, but that's the position she's put in. So that's why I say this is not about her right now. This is not. It's not about the city manager.
Are you saying that she's getting caught in the middle?
Yes, I am.
No, she is.
Yes, I'm saying she's caught. That's exactly what I'm saying. That she's caught in the middle. I don't have any, or I don't have any of this about her. I don't have any about the commissioners. I think this has got to be resolved. This thing with Tim, it's got to be
now. And it's just a shame that this is going on right here. But we have offered for Rose to come on here and any other the city commissioner to come on here to talk about what they think. It's just that we don't see you doing anything different than any other mayor has.
I'm not.
And you're not telling anybody what to do. We've got the responsibility of what the city manager of the city of Jessup is supposed to be doing. Everybody that's either called or texted the radio station says this is a personal vendetta against Ralph. It's a personality conflict. And I know that Bob's heard of the coffee shops and stuff like that. So we just hope the citizens of Jessup that y'all can get this worked out. Don't talk. This shouldn't be an issue. It should be just, let's see what we can do to help the city of Jessup, not personal conflicts.
Exactly, and you asked where I move forward. That's exactly what I have no intention I have no intention of backing up. I'm going to keep doing exactly what I've been doing, which is my job that the people elected me to do, and I'm going to keep reaching out to these commissioners. And again, I'm going to keep doing what the people elected me to do as long as I have that responsibility. I'm not going to change who I am.
Okay. Bob, any other final questions?
Just want to say, again, appreciate you coming in, and just want to stress again, and we say it all the time, this show's open to all politicians anytime they want to come on. We've extended that olive branch to, so any other commissioner on that board that wants to come in on the Butch and Bob Show, we gladly invite them to come to the show. So, like I said, I invited Rose to come Friday, but y'all are headed to Savannah, so hopefully maybe one day next week. But if Commissioner Cockfield or Commissioner Todd or Commissioner House or Commissioner Schumann or Commissioner Armstrong wants to come on the show and give their thoughts, again, that invitation's open. All they got to do is call, and we'll gladly set them up. Yeah. But I do appreciate, like I said, you, ever since you got involved in politics, you've always come on the show when we invited you. I do appreciate it. I think it's an informative show to let people know. And that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to get as much information out there as we possibly can to the listening audience. So appreciate you coming in, but I got to head and get ready for a ball game.
Yeah, got a ball game coming.
Okay. Appreciate what y'all do for the community, guys.
Okay. Take care. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, by Murphy Builder Supply, and by First Southern Bank.